What up, everybody? This that Funky G. What it do? Anyways, I just wanted to give kind of an update here. I know it's been a while since I've done like just a random talking type of update, but some big things have been going down lately that I've kind of wanted to been talking. See, and we're not gonna cut. We're gonna do this fucking in one take. There's some stuff that I've been wanting to talk about lately that has been going on. Um, First things first, though. Today is my 1 year anniversary of my first YouTube video that I posted. So, hooray for 1 year of LPing already! Wow, that is the fastest year friggin' ever. I never would have thought I'd even keep going for a whole year, actually. But I had so much fun with it so far. It's just like I can't believe it's just been so much fun. That's all I can really say. I mean, the only thing that really drives me to keep doing this is because it's fun. Because it's not like I get a lot of subscribers or viewers or anything, right? Right. Anyways, um, yeah. So 1 year anniversary, cool, right? So because of that, I have a couple things I want to do. But first, before I get to that, let's see. Where do I even begin? I guess I should start off by saying current LPs, Xenoblade, going great, gonna keep going. You're gonna be seeing that as usual, not going anywhere. Kirby, keep going. We're gonna try and get through the rest of the games. Final Fantasy VI, now that's the one that I'm going with, and I'm having lots of fun doing the recordings of it and the editing of it. I'm just sad that it doesn't get a lot of views, man. Like I don't even know what to do about it. Like, cause I'm not a view whore. I'm not a fucking person who goes to other people's videos and be like, oh, hey, your Final Fantasy VI video was cool. Why don't you come watch mine? No, see, I just can't see myself doing that. I mean, I could easily do that. I got plenty of time on my hands. I could just go through and be like, hey, yeah, Final Fantasy VI video, HC Bailey, yeah. Hey, anybody who's watching this, go and watch my video, Funky G, yeah. I mean, is that really a way to go? Like, that's something I've been meaning to like ask you guys who actually pay attention to me and see, and enjoy what I do and think that other people should be watching my videos as well. You should give me some tips. What's reasonable? What's not obnoxious? How do you get people to watch your videos? Let's play videos. I mean, it's one thing if I was doing videos that are like freaking amazing animation or freaking amazing reviews and I'm hella funny and all this stuff, but that's not really what it's about for me. I mean, sometimes I like to try and be funny, or sometimes I am funny genuinely. I don't know, but either way, I don't know what's a non-obnoxious, non-annoying, non-whore ass way to get other the LP people to watch your videos. Not I don't mean main LP people. I just mean random like you guys. How do I get more of you guys to watch? I'm not trying to get subs. I just want some more views. But I guess subs equals views. I don't know. But hey, if I trudge along the way I've been going this whole year, I'm good. I just want people to watch the Final Fantasy ones more. I'm enjoying the amount of viewership and comments and feedback I'm getting from doing the Xenoblade one. The Kirby one's still kind of low profile, but that's okay. I didn't think Kirby would be that big. I thought maybe I'm thinking maybe my next Let's Play is going to be bigger than Kirby, but I'll get to that in a minute. But anyways, so I got more news on Final Fantasy VI, which is still going to keep going as usual as well. But first, one thing I should note about upcoming LPs. I just mentioned a second ago that I have some in mind already. I got one that's for sure next. It's going to be my next blind LP. You guys probably have no idea what it is. Like, it's not an RPG, that's all I'm going to say. And it's actually in this stack right above my head. I'm not going to say what it is, but it's in a stack right there, right above my head, right in the middle. Yep, there it is. It's in that stack. So, needless to say, it's a PS1 game, and it's not an RPG. And that's all I'm going to say. And yes, it's blind. I'll probably have an actual teaser for it later, just like I did with Kirby. I'm not going to say what it is right now. When am I going to start that? I'll probably not going to start it till after Kirby's done, maybe. Yeah, probably not till Kirby's done. Yeah, sounds like a good idea. Since it's not an RPG, I'll just do it when Kirby's done. As for when Xenoblade is over, which I have no idea when the end of that game is coming, but it's so much fun and so great of a game that I don't want it to end. I'm not dragging anything out on purpose, but trust me, I'm trying to enjoy and savor every moment of my first playthrough of it, especially since I have you guys watching me along the way. It's pretty fun. It's made for a more memorable experience, like first time playthrough of an RPG probably than I've ever had. Like the first time I've ever played an RPG, first time straight through. It's probably going to be my most memorable one ever. It really is. But when Xenoblade is over, there's yet another game right above my head that I haven't played yet because of Xenoblade, and you could probably see it. Yeah, right up there on the top of the stack of my Wii games. Yep, it's right there. The Last Story. A couple of you guys have suggested that I do this Let's Play next as a blind Let's Play, and it's sounding more and more enticing. And you guys who've watched Xenoblade would probably be the ones most interested in it. So it doesn't sound like too bad of an idea. I'll keep it in mind. It's looking more and more likely every day as I try to ponder what Let's Plays I'm going to do next blindly, at least in terms of RPGs. But until Xenoblade's over, we ain't starting nothing, no new RPGs blind, because I don't think I could do 2 blind RPGs at the same time. I'd be crazy to even try. Now, the other thing I want to announce about upcoming LPs, Final Fantasy VI, when it's over, which I'll get to what we're going to do about Final Fantasy VI soon, but when Final Fantasy VI is over, which might be sooner than you think, I don't mean like next week, but, sooner as in it's not going to be like 6 months. I'm going to try to get through it quicker. I'll tell you how as soon as I announce what the next thing is going to be when Final Fantasy VI is over. I recently acquired a handful of PS1 games. That's why my PS1 stack right there is a little bit bigger than it used to be before. I mean, you could probably see Lunar and Lunar 2 right there on the top of the stack. I've had those up there if you never noticed them, but there's actually more RPGs in that stack than there was before, and a couple of them, or at least one in particular, is one I've been wanting to Let's Play so fucking badly. And I did not want to Let's Play it on an emulator. I did not want to Let's Play an emulated version of it on my PSP. I've just been dying to freaking get the actual disc in my hands because I knew my brother still had it. And lo and behold, I went to his house and he freaking still had it. It was amazing. And I was just like, oh. And all I'm going to say is it's my favorite fucking game. Yeah, we're going to get to my favorite game finally. I mean, I love Mega Man 2. I love the Turtles games. I love Final Fantasy games, obviously. But my absolute favorite game, we're going to get to it finally. I actually have the disc in my possession. I know I didn't even have my favorite game in my possession. How's that possible? But it's true. But before we get to my favorite one, we're actually going to do the first. It's actually the second game in a series. So I'm going to do the first game first, which is really short compared to the second one. And that's what I want to say. That's what I'm going to work on after I'm done with Final Fantasy VI. So there's going to be a break between Final Fantasy VI and 7. So if anybody was actually looking forward to me playing 7, sorry, but it's going to be a while. I know there's not a whole lot of you out there, obviously, because not a whole lot of you are keeping up with Final Fantasy as it is. Oh well. Okay, so now that I've got the whole upcoming Let's Plays thing out of the way, I got a couple more things I want to talk about before I get to that. Today, I actually received in the mail my Zelda Hyrule Historia book, and I must say that it's fucking awesome so far. I didn't read anything yet, but I skimmed and looked through every single page, and my God, it's just beautiful book to just look at. And I didn't think it was going to be this freaking huge. I mean, look at this shit. It's like 2 of my head. Look at that shit. It's like fucking huge. And look how thick that shit is too, man. It's a beautiful art book. It's got the timeline in it that everybody's been talking about for the last year. And it's just nice to finally have it in America and so I can read it since I don't know any Japanese at all. Whatever. I wish I did. Japanese would be the first new language I would learn if I bothered to learn a new language. I'm not even joking. Not even a little bit. Oh, and also another thing I would like to talk about real quick. Remember Operation Rainfall? Or, shit, was that what it's called? Operation Rainfall? I don't know, the operation, whatever, that the internet started to bring over Xenoblade, Last Story, and Pandora's Tower. Remember that? Well, they got Xenoblade, they got Last Story, and lo and behold, yesterday I was looking around, and Pandora's Tower announced to come out at the end of March. Fucking awesome. So we're going to get all three of the RPGs we wanted on the Wii. I had a little bit, most of my hope was actually dwindling, because I thought, since the Wii U came out, I thought maybe they're not gonna do it because the Wii U's out. I mean, they still can, because the Wii U can play Wii games, so it's still a thing, right? And yeah, now that they've announced it, I'm good. I'm happy. I'm gonna buy it when it comes out, and that'll be the next game I buy probably, because I'm a poor motherfucker right now. I'm just gonna try to scrounge enough cash to buy that, and that will suffice me for a while in terms of games I need, can play right now. Oh man, this update's getting long, isn't it? Okay, well, I got one more thing I want to talk about here in a second. But another thing I should mention is some of you were telling me to watch the Monolith Soft's next RPG. It's going to be a Wii U exclusive. Looks like a Xenoblade sequel. It just looks like a Xenoblade sequel because the gameplay is similar. I don't know if that's exactly what it's going to be. It is called X, so it might not be called Xenoblade 2, but it definitely has all of the workings and hints that it could be. Definitely. Alright, so last thing I want to talk about. Announcement. Big time announcement. The whole reason I was delaying my talking about Final Fantasy VI, because today is the first day of February, and in honor of my 1-year anniversary and my love for the series, this is going to be dubbed Final Fantasy February. Yep, we're going to do a Final Fantasy February. I know, you guys don't really watch it, at least some of you, and it's a sad thing that some of you guys don't watch it, because I've done a lot of good work with Final Fantasy VI so far. And to maybe get your guys' attention, I'm going to be posting Final Fantasy VI every day of this month. Or no, let me rephrase that. I'm going to be posting a Final Fantasy themed video every day this month. On weekdays, it's probably just going to be episodes of Final Fantasy VI. But I'm also going to be trying to get all of my other 4 Final Fantasy reviews that I have in the works. Final Fantasy reviews in the works. Post them on every Sunday, starting this Sunday with Final Fantasy 2, and then 3, 4, 5 on the next 3 Sundays. So those should be cool, and you'll finally get to see more of the Final Fantasy list of where they're ranking. Because right now I just only have the first Final Fantasy review done, and Final Fantasy 1's at the top, and you're probably like, what the fuck, if you've watched that review. Also, on Saturdays, since the weekdays will be Final Fantasy VI and Sundays will be reviews, Saturdays I'm going to try and have another type of fun Final Fantasy themed video to post for you. So you'll see what I'm talking about tomorrow, because tomorrow's Saturday. I'll have the first one ready for you guys tomorrow. It's not quite as elaborate or amazing, or didn't take too much work. It took some work, don't get me wrong, and I have some complaints about my first video, just because I had some technical issues because my stupid ass freaking laptop, this piece of shit right here in front of me. Yeah, I was having some technical issues with my first video that I'm going to be posting tomorrow, but I mean, it worked out. It worked out. It's just the video part of it isn't as good as I was hoping because of technical issues. I'll probably just explain that in the description for tomorrow's video, because I don't feel like explaining it right now. I just don't. But anywho, so biggest things in the update. Upcoming LPs, you'll see them later. My favorite game of all time, and a PS1 game blind. That's right there in that stack. You're no way you can see it unless you have like magical enhancement video thingies. And then maybe a Last Story Let's Play after that. Maybe. Let me know what you guys think of that. Also, yeah, Final Fantasy February. That's the biggest thing here. So for the next month, you're just gonna see mostly Final Fantasy videos. Oh, I didn't really elaborate that. You're still gonna get your Xenoblade episodes and probably some Kirby sprinkled in as well. You're still gonna get your 3 Xenoblades a week. I'm not gonna stop that because you guys watching Xenoblade, I don't want to deprive you of that just because I'm being selfish with my Final Fantasy stuff. I just want to get through Final Fantasy VI because the rate I'm going, it's going to take me forever to get through the whole thing. So I want to just like get a good like 20 or 30 episodes through it like real fast. I've already done some of those episodes I speak of, but I'm just saying like I want to post them so I can be ahead and start working on the next Let's Play. But anyways, sorry I had to cut something there because I almost spoiled what my next Let's Play was going to be. Sorry. Um, yeah, that's most of the update. Oh. One thing I did want to say before I finish this thing off is I'm probably not going to do any more Let's Plays of emulator games, like games that can either only can do emulator or games I just can't get my hands on right now, and so that's why I have to do it on emulator. The only reason I'm not is because I don't have a desktop to do it on, because emulators like just use your processor, so they just hammer your processor to your computer, and I don't want to burn my laptop out because it's my only friggin' thing I have right now. If I burn it out, I'm fucked. Like, not just from videos and YouTube, but I'm just fucked in my life. It's the only thing I have in my life right now that it like controls my life right now, between like school, because I do online classes, trying to find jobs, dealing with email, YouTube, just everything I do right now. I use my goddamn laptop. So if it burns out on me, oh, I don't even know what I would do. So no emulators for until I get a new desktop, which could be years from now. I don't fucking know. I don't know. So needless to say, any games that I could do blind, that I don't own either the cartridge, disc, some downloadable version of it on like Wii or Xbox or PS3 or whatever, those are not going to be able to be played. So that's another thing I meant to mention. The poll I have on my channel right now. Chrono Trigger, Secret of Mana, Earthbound, Mystic Quest. For votes so far, it's mostly Chrono Trigger, a couple votes for Earthbound, but Earthbound is what I was going to get at. Earthbound, I don't have the game. I don't have it, and they don't have it on the Virtual Console, so I can't play it unless I play emulator, and I just said I'm not gonna, so I'm going to revamp that poll to just say Chrono Trigger or probably Secret of Mana, because both of those games are on the Virtual Console, so I can get those. So is Mystic Quest, but I don't expect anybody to really want to watch me play Mystic Quest. Mystic Quest is kind of a, from what I know about it, it's kind of a cookie cutter RPG game. And now this update is getting ridiculously long, and that is what I was trying to avoid, but I had so much shit I wanted to talk about. My bad. Anywho, thank you guys for watching this whole year, for those of you who've been around for most of it, and I'm so glad you guys have, those of you who've come around, those of you who have come around in the last, ever since later when I started getting better at this stuff, those of you who've showed up, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for watching this update. If you watched all the way through it, I salute to your endurance, because I just started rambling and I didn't expect to be this thorough and rambly, but I didn't want to do cuts. I wanted this to just be a straight up update, talk for as long as I need to talk, get it all out there. Last thing I want to just make sure you guys remember, let me know your thoughts on ways I might be able to get some people to watch. Just, non-obnoxious, non-lame way. I don't know. I still hate to do that, but I'm just curious to what you guys, I just want to see what you guys think. Do you guys think I'm good enough to even have people come watch? I don't know. Some of you guys obviously do, but feedback is nice. Feedback is nice. Peace.